You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the September 29th meeting for the LaPorte County Budget Workshop. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. I'd like to continue with the budget workshops as we've gone through for the last several weeks and months. Did you? Did everybody get a copy of the rough agenda?
It was just, he didn't,
I'll keep
I
it
can
here.
make them for you.
That's okay. I can see it.
Jimmy, can you see?
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it from down here. I'm good.
All right. So with that, starting from the top, one thing we want to talk about is, I think some of you have had discussions with me earlier about a proposal from the auditor in order to simplify the distribution between lit and general fund. As you've seen in recent years, it's a little difficult to navigate where we have salaries coming out of 1171 versus the 1000 account. And Mr. Auditor and I have had a few discussions, and he's got a proposal for simplifying that somewhat in order to make it much more easier to handle both in his office and for budget setting. So, Mike, when you get a moment.
Yeah, I'm just making those copies.
No, I'll grab them.
So in the email that I sent out a little earlier today, there are 11 different departments that are utilizing public safety lit, and 7 of them represent others than the sheriff's office, and those 7 represent $2.5 million. One of them as little as 51,000 and change, and others that go a lot higher.
You need that back?
Thank you. So what the proposal was is that if we don't use those separate accounts, it makes it easier for them to track their expenditures. They only have the one fund, the general fund, to pay out of, and the payroll in my office, the payroll doesn't have the conflict of always now making sure there's twice as many accounts that are in the black instead of slipping and not having enough money for them. So the idea is the 2.5 million that those 7 represent is that we put them back in the general fund, but the sheriff's department takes 2.5 million out of his general fund and moves that into lit for an even break. It sounds like a shell game. It is a shell game. We're just trying to simplify. This goes away in 2 years. So I'd rather be looking at 3 different items or less, or we can look at 11 every time. So that's why the suggestion was to go and simplify it.
Any questions or concerns? Justin, while you're on Zoom, any questions or concerns with that methodology?
No, none for me.
Okay. All right, moving on. Surveyor. So we've got we've got the general budget, the perpetuation fund, and a potential transfer.
Apologies for not being here last week. Didn't realize I needed to be here.
No worries. So looking at what we have in front of us, compare to what I have.
So, but the drainage board, your combination group, have you guys met now together? You guys have your meetings that you're supposed to?
We meet every month. We did not discuss anything financial. As far as vehicles are concerned, they exclusively use one vehicle. We exclusively use the other vehicle.
Yeah, I don't care. That's fine. That's fine about that.
And I might note that this week I had to transfer, or last week I had to transfer funds from supplies to gasoline because we were going over the amount that was budgeted for 2025.
Okay.
So, are you actually purchasing your gas outright from different stations? Or are you going to the sheriff's garage? Service garage?
It's the
over
highway garage where we get the gasoline.
Send you an invoice?
Yes.
Okay.
And that generally runs a little over $200 a month. it's been around 210, 220 for pretty much just the section corner work.
How much did you transfer?
I transferred $1,000 to cover the rest of the year. And that was up till August. So it'll cover September, October, November, December, and the travel that I would add onto that.
And just to note, the gas and fuel is in the perpetuation fund if you're looking to do anything for 26.
Yeah. So what's your planned total expense for fuel for 2025? Roughly?
I don't have those. Oh, that's they're right here.
It'll be 2750.
3,000.
Yeah, so that should cover it. So, based
I don't
on,
have those figures in my mind.
okay, so we're looking at what we have here. You had 1,750 budgeted last year. You've transferred $1,000. In the perpetuation fund, we have requested a 3,000. So that would be over and above what you're expecting right now with the 1,750 plus
probably.
1,000, taking you to 2,750.
It's hard to predict the future.
Okay. And one thing I want to note to the rest of the council is when we discussed this in July, from the general fund account, the elected official department head, as a result of maintaining a surveyor's certificate or not, we dropped that down from $41,006 down to $29,000, and that was what was discussed at a previous session. I want to say it's. Let me find. Do you recall which line item your? I want to say it is the. Is it party chief or is it chief deputy? Which line item he's under? The role is under?
He would be under 106. I believe that's the question you're asking.
I guess what I'm looking for is a count, because there's,
I don't have.
I believe it's the 10112 account. It's the one that's shaded for you on the page.
thank you. And that was increased from the summer due to steps?
No, this is a 3% increase. That's all we did.
Thank you. So there's been, I'll just go with the elephant in the room, right? There's been suggestions or requests to move the current chief deputy to under the oversight of the drainage board.
No one's mentioned that to me. There's been no discussion. No one's ever mentioned it even once.
And this is still a discussion that's occurred with, well, there's still
with me.
discussion, excuse me. There's still been discussions between the drainage board and the surveyor's office on a monthly basis?
No.
Said they've been, you said your meetings.
Simply the monthly meetings, so the meetings that take place here in this room. That's pretty much the limit of the communications that take place.
You're saying no one has ever mentioned about moving that individual over to drainage board?
Correct. I've seen it on the agenda. No one has ever mentioned it to me.
So we've asked people and they said they've spoken with you directly about that.
No, not
Well,
true.
one of the commissioners behind you is shaking his head, so I don't understand.
Not about the move. I believe that the discussion was about moving him. I wanted to make a different selection for my chief deputy, which would mean that the position would still have to stay in the surveyor's office.
So if you've never had the conversation, how do you understand how they were talking about it?
I've seen it on the agenda of the council listed twice, and I heard it was going to be on the agenda a third time, but there's been no communications. We did have a discussion when the person in question was on leave.
This has been an ongoing problem since you got elected. You were supposed to go see Connie. You have still not done that yet?
I've been in her office,
You've been in her office.
yes, and asked to see her, and she was not available.
What day was this?
The same day that we spoke last time.
That was just last week.
Yes.
But for the last 2 months, we haven't been in her.
I can't say if I was or not. I did not pursue.
You can say you weren't, but that's okay.
I did not pursue the issue. I thought I'd let them know that I wanted to speak and thought I would get communication availability of time at a time slot. That did not occur.
I know she's been available to talk, so I know that's not true, but that's all right.
All right. Any other line items that are for concern on the 106 requested budget?
No.
I'm missing the second page.
I'll make a motion to approve reducing the elected official, as the president stated, from 4106 to 29,000, and then also removing the, is it the chief deputy's position that you said? Is that the position, that person?
That is, I believe it's listed as a chief deputy, maybe office deputy. I've seen it both terms used, office deputy and chief deputy.
Removing the chief deputy from the surveyor's budget and moving it over to drainage board with the money. That's my motion.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second. Second.
Motion by Mr. Novak, second by Mr. Yagowski. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. Novak, could you explain the purpose for moving this from the surveyor's budget, who's an elected official, over to drainage board, where he would no longer be overseeing this employee?
Because there's been, we're coming up on October. This has been talked about for months and months and months, and there's been discussions, and
Well, none of these discussions have happened in public so far, so let's hear what is the issues in the department.
I'll let, it's not my department to run.
I'm the
so-
attorney here because
Right.
he's not here. This is, we start getting into employment
I
stuff,
agree.
and we got to be very careful here. So,
It sounds like there's an issue with the management style of Mr. Masterson. So Mr. Masterson's there. I'm sure he's perfectly comfortable waiving any personnel privileges he has. But what's the issue that
it's not him, it's the employee.
running his department?
Right.
Perhaps that's worthy of further discussion.
Well, the one thing I'm going to caution anybody on is having any discussion related to directly towards an employee, right? This has more to do with the position as a whole and how we're going to fund it accordingly in order to get the job done. And it sounds like that there needs to be some more direct and we'll say almost supervised coordination between the drainage board and the surveyor's office in order to assure we get the job done and provide the services that both offices are required to provide.
In other counties, things are organized differently.
Mr. President, this go real quick. We've already discussed this, and I'm sorry, Justin. This was in public. I asked him to do this and have those meetings. All he knows about is what's on the agenda. That's been the last 3 months. They have not discussed it. There's a problem with his management skills. I understand that. I've asked him to do 3 or 4 things. He's not done any of those things up till date. I got a big problem with him. By the way, I did this in public. I make sure I did this in public.
I would not feel it as a fair characterization to say this is all on Mr. Masterson, because there has been plenty of miscommunication on both sides about what he was supposed to do. One example was the contract with Sailor Surveying in order to sort out his section corners. We told Mr. Masterson to go and get a contract for that and bring it back to us. He was told by Commissioner Grammarosa that she would take care of it. A month went by, didn't get taken care of, and then got delayed, and then we would blame him for it. That doesn't seem fair or make sense. So then he went and took care of it, got the contract. Mr. DiMartino put together a draft, and now there's one that's ready for consideration. So
Okay, let's just
make sure that it's fair here.
Let's just keep the conversation that's both with the council and those present, that we're trying to get the budget passed and resolved and not making a lot of issues, but I will give you the floor to
So it's
Commissioner
not
Grammarosa
the
for a moment.
responsibility of the commissioners to get that budget. It is the responsibility of the surveyor to get that contract and get it approved and get it sent our way. So if
You're
it was
saying you
supposed to
didn't
be
say
sent
that
to
you
you,
would
so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You did not say that you were going to reach out to Mr. Saylor to get the contract.
And I did. I reached out to him, he contacted him, and I've got the email, I've got all the information of when we did that. John actually sent me back notification saying that he had given it to the surveyor. We don't manage other departments. So if you want a copy of that, I can clearly show you that, but that's not our responsibility. I also heard you just say that he was supposed to get the contract and bring it to you. He's supposed to be bringing the contracts to the council?
The dollar amount was,
The dollar amount to the council, the contract for signing to the commissioners, so both of us.
So, Mr. Matawishin, did you get that contract from him?
From John Saylor?
Yes.
Yes. Actually, it was through Guy DiMartino,
Okay.
who sent it to me. I passed it to John Saylor, who sent it as an email reply, and I passed it to Guy DiMartino and to Diane.
Okay, so you see, Mr. Keel, I was not involved in that.
It's complicit with what I heard earlier in the conversation, but I think the point of the matter here is that we're trying to take an employee out of an elected official's office for reasons that it sounds like.
Can I step down, though? We've resolved the contract issue,
Yeah.
correct?
correct.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna step away, but just so that you know, I had nothing to do with that contract, so he's actually said that it's between him and Guy DiMartino. Thank you.
Thank you. Justin, you were going to finish?
Yeah, so I think the issue here is that the surveyor has discretion over who he hires and fires for his staff. It sounds like other elected officials didn't agree with decisions that he was considering making, but didn't actually make. And so now, in order to protect that employee, we're talking about removing him from that department and putting him somewhere else where he's no longer under the supervision of the county elected surveyor. That doesn't seem like the meddling that we need to be doing in this county. So I'm going to make a motion to amend the motion,
Already a motion on the floor.
to remove the portion about stripping the chief deputy out of the surveyor's budget. The rest of it, fine, but that portion I think should be considered at a later date.
All right, so I have a friendly motion to amend. Is there a second? I'll second it for discussion. So we're up here trying to manage a personnel matter through budgeting, is what it seems to be that we're managing here at this point. I think the discussion on forcing the discussion between the surveyor's office and the drainage board in a, call it a supervised meeting, seems to be about the only way to get this resolved and put to bed without continued, I don't want to call it meddling from the council, but it comes down to trying to control it with the purse strings, right? And in this case, it's not controlling government spend, it's controlling how elected officials and boards manage one another. So that would be my reasoning for seconding Mr. Keel's motion to amend, so.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does your chief deputy have anything to do with the drainage board? Now? Doesn't he function?
He should
doesn't
not
he?
be, but I believe
It's
he
not
does.
my question is his job position, is he charged with things or helps with the drainage board?
He should not be, and I don't know if he is or not. He does
You
not
don't
give
know
me.
what he does?
He does not report all his functions to me. He does things without telling me what has happened. That's
Let
part
me
of
ask
my
you this.
reason.
Have you got your phone yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let's keep it to the.
I have also not gotten a price for a computer. I do have an email account address set up. It's not publicized because I can't change the website to add that information.
Your computer was, I know I walked you through this process. You were supposed to go to get Darlene because she's going to help you get the computer. You're not rebuilding it. You're going to get one that is Windows 10 plus. You still haven't talked to Darlene yet.
I sent an email requesting a price and got a response that she's working on it. Did not get a price.
I think your phone's been ready for quite some time.
It's been there.
Quite some time.
It's been there for a while.
Commissioners are both shaking their heads. So this is the issue that we have with budgets. This is October, the end of September. This has been going on all year. So it's like, these are things that most people have done in the first few days of coming into office.
True.
And now we're still dealing with it.
I'm learning how things are done here, and things are done differently in LaPorte County than in other counties.
And people have offered to help. So this isn't everybody's against you. People have offered to help and tell you this is what you need to do, this, that, and so this issue with the person does oversee a lot of stuff in the drainage board, and it's been talked about for several months about this person being moved over there. So
who was it on the council that discussed with Mr. Masterson moving the position to the drainage board?
We don't even know if he was meeting with the draining board. We've asked this for the last 6 months. We have not. I don't know. I said they're not even meeting. He says they are. All he's looking is the agenda.
he's not even sure what this employee does, per his own words just a minute ago.
And that's
And he's in his budget and he supervises him. So.
that's part of my reason for wanting to replace him.
All right. So,
Can I ask, so if you're going to replace him, how does he know what the position is supposed to do? Because his gentleman that worked for him, the guy who's working for, what do you say, 20 years? The guy that we brought in that I asked you to bring in for the budget hearings? The guy that answered the question about the perpetual, about the corners?
You might mean Tim, yeah.
Help me out.
He's been around for 37 years.
37 years. I asked you, you said nobody in my office has more than a couple of years seniority. He came to our meeting. I have the minutes of the meeting if you want me to bring him for. I can do that. With the meeting, he says, I got 37 years I've been there. And I'm the one that asked you to bring this gentleman to this meeting because I said, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing on this stuff. If you need help, again, you have a committee that you're supposed to be having meetings. You're not supposed to be looking at the agenda. You're supposed to be having the meetings with them and ask these questions. Why is it coming back to us again?
The approach that I've taken is I looked at the Indiana Code, noted everywhere it mentions the surveyor. There's been discussions with Shaw Freeman about what the surveyor functions should be, and lots of those issues are being resisted. I'm not forcing my way in. I'm looking to see how the organization works and trying to assist in the places where assistance is required and desired. With the drainage board, right from the very first day, they did not want my assistance. I'm supposed to be the source of technical expertise. If I don't have the qualifications that's spelled out in the Indiana Code, I'm supposed to hire a deputy. The deputy is supposed to report to me, and then I consult with the drainage board. That's not the way it's done. The drainage board directly hires an outside surveyor to do work for them. I never see the reports. The Indiana Code says I'm supposed to be the one getting the reports.
sounds like we have definitely some lack of communication between the two entities.
Which we did ask for that to be straightened out.
Yep. So with that, any other further discussion from the council?
Do we want to just table the whole goddamn thing, or we want to go forward with the vote?
Gentlemen, we're at the last hour. So
We could
also move
not
this
gonna
at
be
another,
this position.
we could also move this at another time.
this position can be done till December 31st, so it never officially shuts down.
I need a final number, so if this person is being employed, the person's being employed where, we can figure that out if that's
The
necessary.
employee's being employed right now, but the number's not changing.
Got it.
So let me start with a call for the vote on the motion to amend. Now, Mr. Keel, would you mind restating your motion, please, so we can capture that?
The original motion by Councilman Novak was to, actually, if you wouldn't mind restating yours, and then I'll restate my amendment just so we're clear about.
Reducing the elected official at the president's statement from
July sessions.
from the 40,202, which is what it was for this year, to 29,000, and removing the chief deputy and moving it to the drainage board.
And my motion to amend was to continue with reducing the pay for the elected official and not to move the chief deputy. Though I'm open to it being reconsidered at a later time.
Okay. So, all in favor of the motion to amend the original motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
4-2.
That's what I heard.
The
Am I correct?
Yep.
Mr. Ke-
3-3?
You were a nay?
Assume 4-3.
He was an aye.
Justin, myself,
Justin,
That was an aye.
Kessler.
oh, you were an aye?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard then. So that's 4-2.
4-2. So now to vote on the amended motion to, which is to reduce the department head and maintain all of the other line items as stated. Please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
Okay.
4-2.
Okay.
Okay, now on to the surveyor corner perpetuation.
Something really quick, I know that I got involved with both the computer and the phone. They're supposed to go and ask for some money put away for the phone. I don't see that on I know it was brought up during the budget hearings.
It was on the second page.
Is this
I think
somewhere?
that was in the general fund, wasn't it?
He said there was a second page we didn't have, right?
That's what I'm seeing, the second
Put
page.
600 and some dollars in there.
Yeah, we-
I see $600 that was on the 30109 that we added in July.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Tires and tube? Is that what it was? No,
No,
that's
it's a
200.
mobile phone. That's not on the preparation, it's on 106.
There should have been a second page on 106.
Yeah, there should have been a second page, it's not here. We sent it to you in an email,
And,
but, and
for the sake of things, we did pass 2s and 3s.
yeah, we passed 2s and 3s before, and you were really just looking at the 100s. The one thing is they did put money in, Mr. Withers, they put money in for the phone, the cell phone, as requested.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was the one new account added.
109 perpetuation.
Well, that's not it. Yeah.
All right, so now, on to corner perpetuation fund 271. These are all 2s and 3s have been previously accepted, so unless there's anything else from the council or the surveyor, we are finished here.
Is the amount for gas and fuel at 1345?
The gas, no, what we have here is 3,000.
That's what I requested, but approved says 1345.
I have it as approved as 1345, so if you want to do another one
We
to
held him
make
at
it 3,000.
2025, wasn't it?
I had the motion was made the last time to keep it the same with the exception that
Right.
Justin had us add an additional amount on the 30120 account for 4,200 was my notes in the book.
The motion was to keep it at 2025 because he wasn't here.
Randy,
Okay, so if we could go back
in the
to,
general, though, and then this got merged into the corner perpetuation.
Covered
So
the phone?
there was an amount in corner perpetuation and an amount in general, and these.
So then
merged.
we'll merge it together, we'll make that the 3,000, okay? Everybody satisfied that that's the way it should be handled, then fine.
Yeah.
We'll make that
let's make it
Thank you.
official real quick then.
Well, we don't have it in front of us.
It's right here.
No.
It's the 30-minute.
The motion was to hold everything at the 2025 budget. That's not what the,
Yeah, that's correct. That's the discussion.
that's not correct.
All right, so do we want
So
to
then I'll
revise
change it
this?
to 39,020.
Right, so. The motion from before, I guess, stands, so.
Mr. Rosenbaum, could you clarify there was an amount that was in the general in 106, and then there was an amount in the surveyor's corner perpetuation fund. Both of them were for gas, fuel, and oil. But they were
We've made that, we've increased that to where it should be, that the 3,000.
Okay.
That's what you had asked. And then the other point was where I thought there was an adjustment for the 42,000, for the last one, the 30120 count. I'm being corrected that it is not the 42,000 amount, that it was, the motion was to keep it at the prior year's rates, and that would have been 39,020, just a small amount. So if there's anything needed, it can be permission to spend and appropriated next year if there's additional amounts needed.
Would help if we had all the sheets.
Any other concerns or questions?
No.
Okay. Justin, you good?
All good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Matheson.
Mr. Madison, one more time, can I please, and this is my fourth time now, can you please meet with the Drainage Board and have a conversation with them?
This is outside of our regularly scheduled meeting, you're asking? I can
Yes.
request it.
Yes.
I
The answer
I
is
will
yes.
request it.
And then two, would you please go to the Commissioner's office and get your phone?
Or else don't bring it up again.
Don't bring it up.
Not here.
All right.
That's all we're saying.
Because this is,
Yes, the commissioners are here. I will make an appointment to stop by their office at their time.
Thank you, sir.
Convenience. Thank you.
Thank you.
As a follow-up to that item, Mr. Mashichin, could you please also CC Mr. Yagelski and I on those communications as you do them? That way we're up to speed about where you are in the process.
thank
So,
you, Justin.
You want to repeat
Thank you,
that?
Justin.
I'm sorry.
So
You're
Mr.
coming
Keel is
in a little
asking,
soft, just to let you know, so
Okay.
that's why we're repeating it for
so
everybody.
Mr. Keel is asking that you would CC both him and Mr. Yagelski on this correspondence when you're setting up the meetings to assure that things are moving
Yes,
with some urgency.
yes.
Urgency.
Thank you.
Urgency.
Urgent, okay.
All right. Moving on to certified shares loan payment related to the Michigan City Courthouse.
President, I'll drop the motion I made from the last meeting, and just, if they want to just do it like they were doing before, I'm fine with that. We'll wait until after the first of the year.
So to motion to approve it as presented in the budget to come out of the certified shares fund.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm just
you.
repeating his motion.
So we have-
Is that a
Need a
motion?
second.
So you're rescinding a motion?
We never got any further than that. I don't think we ever passed it, so.
We never passed it.
We didn't pass it, so all I'm saying is I'm making a motion to have it taken out of our budget as presented, not as I presented it.
All right. So I have a motion. Let's have a second. All in favor of the motion presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay.
Can you tell me who's second, please? I missed it.
Second was Mr. Novak.
Thank you.
On to salaries, starting with,
It says perpetuation. Are we not?
we did the perpetual.
You're up to number 4 on that list.
Want to make sure.
Yep.
Got it.
Good.
Got it.
Okay, starting with county highway. Sure I get the right page pulled up here.
I didn't list these increases, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna have to address some of this stuff, because it was mentioned, I don't know. I believe this was Andrew and this is her, so just to make sure, because you take a look at the prior year, and their concern was other people gonna get close to them, and that's why they boosted it, especially him.
Okay.
All right,
This
so,
isn't the 11%. This is just.
no, this is what they first gave us, and that was with the 11%. So it
That's
was-
what this is.
Yeah, that's what it is, but last year, and then it would be last year plus 3%, I didn't get 3%.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. One,
Do you have your book card? Yeah. Thank you.
Ms. Glazer,
Yes.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
All right, so last week at our regular council meeting, you provided us, or the workshop prior to our regular council meeting, you provided us with a packet with a lot of information. I'm assuming that everyone here has had a chance to review it. Okay, so any comments, questions for Ms. Glazer while we're here?
I just, since there's questions up there, I'll make a motion that we accept the bonus that was presented to us for the CDL as presented by the attorneys.
Okay, so just for record's sake, you want to summarize your understanding of that bonus, just so we can, for
Certification
posterity?
pay.
Yes, certification
No.
pay.
The email, since we don't.
It's in my email. I have to get it. You got it?
Looking for it.
You had an attorney give an opinion? Or
We had an attorney.
What all do you want me to?
would you be so kind as to forward it?
Randy, I got a copy right here. Randy, want this copy?
Yeah.
Scott?
You just want it recorded?
Copies for everybody?
Well, we can read through it and walk through there. So what we have here is a recommendation for certification pay for CDL holders as an incentive for all those that do hold a CDL, a $5,000 annual certification pay distributed per pay period, which would be be $192.31 based on 26 pays through the year. There's a total number of employees that carry CDL is 48, which includes 4 foremen, 2 crew leaders, 37 equipment operators, 4 mechanics, and 1 welder. So with that account, Mr. Auditor, how would we include that?
We would end up, we can keep that in a separate account, create a new account just for that, and so that they be paid out of those 2 accounts. That would be the simplest way to track it, or, because the fear is that if we put it in with their regular salary and combine with their regular salaries, that they would get whatever increases annually, and that's not what that's meant to be.
Right, but
It's meant to be
I thought it
separate.
was supposed to, wasn't it supposed to come out of an account that, from the attorney's advice? That said would not cost us anything?
It's still coming out of the.
So it doesn't, it's not coming.
Were they planning to use the motor vehicle, the MVH fund?
Yes, MVH.
MVH funds.
Yeah,
So that's what, so we already have the account, so it's coming out of MVH.
So it would just be a line item. I think.
Yeah, we just had a line item, is what I'm talking, I'm
Mike's
sorry, I call
comment
it
is
a line
it
item.
remains a bonus and it's not just added into their salary.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So their actual salary would remain the same with the bonus on top. So
Yes,
when we give raises, it's based off salary, not.
exactly. Yes.
So if you want to make an account for MVH for that, that's fine. But that's what a line
Because
item,
yeah, I would rather do that, so this way it's not confusing.
however you want to do it. That's my motion.
Second.
So I have a motion by Mr. Yagowski, second by Mr. Novak. Any discussion?
Just for clarification, any raise that the council gives is in addition to that.
Correct.
It's not in place of, so.
And just to clarify, this is a $5,000 annual stipend, correct?
Yes.
Paid out 26 times.
26 payment.
It is not over 26 periods, not one bulk pay, which it matters.
This is just to fix the one issue with the difference in pay for CDL drivers.
Yes.
So that's all this is, so.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I have 6-0.
6-0.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, I happened to look, I didn't see the engineer. What was the engineer supposed to be?
So,
Sorry.
So I just put some numbers there for the engineer. I'll put it at 108 to see if we can attract an engineer with a PE, because I don't think we're going to get a decent engineer with a PE that's under $100,000.
Right now, we're getting
And we get the 40,000 from the state.
nobody applied at all?
One guy, but he did not have a PE.
So where,
Any-
I'm sorry.
has anybody done a reach out for a market study just to see what a PE goes for these days?
I have not.
Okay,
Well,
that's
that's-
something we'd ask through HR.
I was asking about this, that it's kind of like the last minute on this engineer part. Did anybody, there's trade magazines, hopefully we did something besides just put an ad, because I think that's all we did was put an ad out, which doesn't do any good, not for that type of thing. The AIC has job listings all the time. I did not see that listing in AIC. So I don't think we're doing our due diligence by saying that we can't hire a person for that if we haven't even put it out.
Yeah.
Where do you advertise
Mr.
it at?
Mr. Novak.
I don't know.
County
HR
website.
does that, yeah.
Yes, yep.
Can we
in here.
split, so we can either, as Mr. Yagowski stated, and I'm not opposed to looking at the salary for that, but also in the same token, maybe the commissioners can look at if there's an engineering company that they could sub that work out to, that would be willing to do it, at least get a price to see if it's comparable.
Well, we do have like 3 on-call contracts.
Right.
So if we need work done, we can use that.
But we need to,
Right.
right,
Yeah, I know. In the meantime is what I'm saying.
right. Are we utilizing it?
Just for one, we have to
3?
get a SWIP plan done.
Right.
So that was the only time we used it.
But, yeah, we need to take a serious look at that so we figure out what's going on, so we get an engineer
Yes.
on staff, so that take pressure off the commissioners and you guys, so.
What was the job last paying?
Last pay,
80,
Well,
wasn't it 80 something?
86.
86,216.
Okay, thank you.
actually, where was it? I'll trust you on that one. I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
Thank you. We got to think out of the box a little bit when we're doing these things. That's
That's something we can tweak, obviously, since there's nobody in that spot anyway, so.
We can tweak it and
All right.
Anything else?
Yeah, so we need to talk about my salary and Andrew's salary. They were both been increased, but it has to be approved.
So we're looking at, obviously, department head and district foreman.
Yes. No, general foreman. Well, yeah, it's under district foreman.
Sorry, district foreman on first page.
Yeah.
And
So,
does,
so when the guys get overtime, some of the foremen are making more than what we make, which I understand because they are out more, but we are also on call 24/7 and also out, winter when it's out, when their guys are out in the middle of the night doing something, we are always on call and we show up also. So I feel like we need to be compensated fairly for that time also.
So what's the increase?
So the increase for district foreman is roughly $18,000 from 66,238 to 84,316. And for the department head, from $72,001 to $93,023.
That's really putting, so, and I'm not saying because this department head, that puts us out of whack with other department heads, so that's what so, this was not, this was presented, but it wasn't agreed to by the council.
Right.
the problem is the district foreman with the $5,000 bonus,
Well, he wouldn't get that.
doesn't have a CDL?
Yeah, he has a CDL, but he wouldn't get, they said he's not entitled to that.
It's not according to our paperwork. Anybody with a CDL license from there.
Everybody that has a CDL.
That was attorney paperwork that you received.
That was the what'd you do with that paper right there? That email?
This one doesn't have him on it.
But it was just based on the LTC pay grid, is what.
We're not using LTC grades. That's why this whole thing hasn't lasted for the last 5 years we've talked about it. This is a bonus, has nothing to do with the LTC. Doesn't affect their wages, doesn't make them closer to you. This is the 5,000 bonus. That was all it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, I did. I'm the one who spoke with the Wagner, Shealy, Irwin, and figured this bonus thing out.
It's not what we figured out. We know the amount, but that is not. But it doesn't affect their salaries. It's just a bonus.
I understand that.
Then it says foreman on there.
It says foreman.
Yes, it does.
4 of them.
Yes, that's the 4 foremen we have for the department,
For the department.
not
Yeah.
not the general foreman.
I said district foreman. Isn't that the same thing?
they're using the same definition, but the one is the, it's 1176 fund, but it's 10192. It's the 5th line down on the first page.
So the district foremen are actually paid out of
the one I'm- what I'm
0202.
looking
Yeah, but
The
somebody else,
general
the
foreman
next page.
is paid out of 0201.
Down.
So the district foreman,
Is the district foreman in 0201 is paid is the general foreman in 0201.
with a CDL,
He has a CDL, yes.
going to get a $5,000
He's
bonus.
salary.
No.
I mean, he's unclassified. He's unclassified is what I was looking for. He's not supposed to.
Four district foremen on.
Right, or on here.
You're on 202.
On the third page.
Foreman, 4. This is Guy DiMartino's thing, $5,000 each, total of $20,000. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
so
the
we
four
have-
under the 202.
We have my head foreman is a mechanic, the shop foreman. We have
They're different.
rolling foreman, Hannah foreman, and the bridge foreman.
Okay.
That's 4.
So where are they at on your,
So they're coming at 1173, right?
1176.
1176. Account 202 is the location they're coming on. 218,796.
Just for clarity, we have your district foreman that is your second.
Yes,
He's coming out of 1176.
1176. Everything comes out of 1176.
And then you have,
He comes out of 0201, and then everybody else comes out of 0202 except mechanics coming out of 0204.
yes, correct. 1173 is 0202. Now I see where you're at.
We're on two different pages here. They're just titled the same.
So I guess I'm a little confused then.
a little confusing when they're titled the same. Right.
So if you have a district or whatever foreman that we're talking about, that's fine, I don't care, doesn't matter. Does he go out and plow?
Yes.
That's where my misunderstanding is, and that's why I thought.
Well, we're shorthanded, so he has to go out.
I totally get it.
Okay.
So that's what the intention was.
But if we're giving a bonus for people with CDLs,
That's
how do
the
you not
idea.
give a bonus to people with CDLs?
Well, I was told because he's unclassified.
This has
I
nothing
get
to
that,
do
I
with
get
this.
that.
Okay, well then give him $5,000.
So what does your truck drivers make?
Right now,
Yeah.
you talking about their hourly?
Yeah, what do they make a year?
Starting out is $21.58.
No, I meant for the year salary.
Well, it depends on which step you want to look at.
Just pick a rough number, just
So,
do mid
yeah, give me a second.
if you want.
A regular guy we would hire in is $44,888.
So we're not that far from the salaries right now that you're talking about. You said they were getting too close. I'm surely not going to count overtime. Your department works in overtime. We don't work that way in all the other
Okay,
departments.
so foreman is the ones who basically get the overtime. That's a different step.
Understand that. But overtime has nothing to do with their coming up salary-wise. They're working extra hours to get their money. But they don't make, their salary does, you can't count because they're working overtime that they're coming close to your salary. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way across the street for the 911. It doesn't work for others' department to do it.
Okay, well then you put a number on my,
So with what we just did, so I understand it, without getting a chalkboard out, the district foreman on page 1, you with me?
Yep.
He has a CDL.
yes,
And from what we just said, we think he should get the bonus also.
okay.
That will put him less than $1,000 less than you. That, I think we need to fix.
Do you have a CDL license?
I do not.
I'm just asking, okay.
But she's also the,
I just asked.
I know what you asked her.
Just asked.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've got the virtual chalkboard out,
Where's,
you have a recommendation?
what's your number 2 make?
That is the number 2.
That's the number 2.
That's
right here.
number 2.
District foreman?
District, we can just.
It's listed as district foreman?
That's how it's
Right,
been.
general.
Since 18 years that I've been here doing this, it's been district foreman. That's where he gets paid out of.
Yes.
I assume the district foreman was the foreman of the districts. I know, I'm
Well,
crazy thinking.
he's the foreman of
Crazy
LaPorte.
thinking.
He's the foreman of LaPorte district.
Right, okay. I'm gonna, did you, Mark, is there a motion?
There's no motion right now, so that's what I'm asking for.
I'm gonna make a motion that, that everyone with the CDL gets the $5,000 bonus. The initial part.
Period.
Period. Second of all, I'd make a motion to increase the department head by the same $5,000 so that there's a separation between her and her number two.
All right, so I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Taking her to, I believe, 77,000.
No, it's already,
We got you at 72.
72.
yeah, but there's
01.
4,999 comes out of lit, so it's, my salary's actually 77.
Yeah. there's another
So increasing it
5,000
by
elsewhere.
5. So
Justin, were you saying something?
I know, but
I can just talk what I know.
it's two different accounts.
Right.
This is that lit thing he was talking about.
All right, Mr. Keel.
Just exactly what was just said, which is that there's another $4,999 coming out of lit economic development. So the total salary for Ms. Glazer is $77,000.
Right. That's not on my sheet sitting in front. I mean, but you guys got your little budgets in your computer, so that's why you can see it. I'm not being disrespectful.
I'm actually looking at the salary ordinance,
Right.
but I just texted you a copy.
On your,
Increase to 82,000.
right. So that would increase it to 82. Does that sound? Right.
All right,
That's my
so
motion.
the motion on, I don't think I have a second yet. The motion as stands right now is 5,000 additional for the district foreman, as well as a 5,000 in addition to all of your salaries for the department head. Do I have a second?
An increased pay of hers to.
Yes,
Okay, to 82,000.
yes.
Second.
So I have a motion by Mr. Novak, a second by Mr. Yagowski. Further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay, so with the engineer thing, do you want me?
We still got to, so the conversation regarding the engineer is, we're going to look at an outsourcing the whole thing, and I think somebody said something
Job
about
description, I'm still need to get that from HR, because I want to review
can
it just
send
for
you
my.
that. I can
job
send you that.
description.
Yes, please.
And I
And
can
I think-
have HR posted on this AIC website.
And see what I guess if there's some kind of average, something you could get us that just says what.
Okay. Does that need to be turned in before, when, for money-wise?
It will need before we finalize the salary ordinance,
Which is the,
which is before the end of the year.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Or November.
Thank you.
November
So
meeting.
we may
For the
include
November
108
meeting?
here,
December rate.
but it won't be, it will be the salary ordinance that will
Next meeting,
dictate
could
it.
we?
We could talk about it briefly next meeting.
If she
if there's
has it by the next meeting, we can talk about it before.
as long as it doesn't take as long as some of these other conversations.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Well, one last thing. If while Ms. Glazer is here, is there anything else from the highway budget that we need to discuss? Is everything covered from everybody's perspective in terms of 100 accounts, overtime, whatnot?
Yep.
We touched everybody. I mean,
Everything's, yep.
just want to make sure.
All right.
You should just remind everybody that there was a 3% raise passed already, so.
Yes.
General. So,
So I need to adjust everything then accordingly.
yeah, we can talk
Okay.
tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
That was clear.
Mr. President, I gave Mr. Kessler an additional one that I left off the list.
Thank you.
And I have my regular budget book here, so I can pull
Thank
that
you.
out.
All right. So now we are down to treasurer.
What are we just discussing from last meeting? What are we doing on this one?
So specifically, we're looking, so the nature of the list here has been everywhere where we've seen increases requested for 100 accounts that are,
Okay.
need to be discussed. So that's where all these come from.
Motion to approve the 2025 budget for the 100s. Minus if there's 3% that everybody gets. It's not, yeah,
I'm sorry, you're talking about
treasurer.
there were 3 issues on there,
So,
really only 2?
100 accounts,
Yeah, and there was 2 issues on the.
keeping them at the 2025, minus any steps and the 3% that we've already approved.
Okay, we're good.
So,
I didn't know that I was just going to make copies.
So for the sake of the record and understanding here, my understanding is that for second deputy clerks, and then the other two are the extra part-time hire and overtime, those are all affected by steps, at least the specific roles. The first deputies, chief deputies, and elected official is where your motion comes in for maintaining 2025 approved budget.
Yep.
Okay, so with that understanding, do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Okay, so I'll start with some discussion real quick. For the adjustment that I see for first deputies, that seems to be outside of the classification for the classification of the current position, as we'll state it, since there are other actions going on there. And then looking at the chief deputy request, it is actually above the more or less guideline that we've run through. Is it's about $2,000 above the 85% of the requested amount for the treasurer himself. Anybody else see anything?
Just in your question, so he's asking addition to, this was, maybe I missed that, I'm sorry.
So in addition, if you look at the $75,085 for the requested amount for the elected official department head, my understanding is that $65,822 is about $2,000 above the 85% rule.
So if you take a look under the notes, you have the 75,085 and the 63,822, that's 85%. And that's what I put in the 2026 for your approval for tonight. And then the other one was someone who's on a comment level. We can't change a comment level. They have to all stay the same. So we could not give that one person a $7,000 boost.
Understand it, so we're okay with it.
Right.
So it's a
So
60.
that's all this was.
So it's a 63,000.
So yeah, the amount
That's the
that are in the
85%,
approval
right?
is what you were looking to
Okay,
do.
thank you.
Now, just for, consistency, is the current rate for the chief deputy at the 85%?
Yes.
From 2025?
We have not, I'm sorry, what form?
is the chief deputy
144 is our payroll.
currently this year at 85%?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just.
Yes,
Yeah,
current year is at
Yeah,
85%,
right.
yes.
Okay, so I have a motion by Mr. Novak, a second by Mr. Yagowski. Any further discussion? All in favor of maintaining 2025 salaries for elected official, chief deputy, and first deputy,
Minus, not
Minus-
including steps or the 3% raise.
Yeah,
Yeah, want to make sure it's clear. They are entitled to all
I
that.
appreciate that. So not including a 3% raise or any step increases. Please signify by saying aye.
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 All right.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where are we going next?
All right, human resources.
I don't see any notes there. Is there something that you had, Mike, that reason why human resources on here?
We have some significant increases in the
We're
salary
notified, so
in the requested amount.
When did we approve that? We didn't approve that.
I think that just carried over.
Makes it kind of hard to do. Bother you with it.
Mr. President, you have those numbers?
there were 3 increases that were requested.
So what we have here, is it on the sheet in front of us?
Just the treasurer.
And
No,
what I did
Michigan
was on
Human
the
Resources.
2026
There we
approved
go.
column, I gave you the 3% increases, and I did not, there was a request for another 7,500 for part-time.
Correct.
I don't know anything about it.
So let's talk in overall. So elected, or for the department head, currently it's 71,508. A 3% increase would take her to the individual to 73,658. But the request was for $90,000.
This is something she's been asking for a while, so, but that hasn't been reintroduced to the salary.
No, it has not gone to the job evaluation committee, but at the same time, it's not a change in job description. It is just a change as a request by the unclassified exempt
Just like
employee.
the last department head came for a
So would,
On behalf of HR, the thing that was mentioned to me in part of the justification was the fact that this was an amount that was included in the possible range when we were seeking an outside employee or an outside candidate about 3 years ago.
Motion to approve at the 2025 rate minus any steps, not including steps, or I should hold it at the 2025
approve rate?
pays, approved rates, but obviously people are entitled to any steps and the 3% that everybody else gets at this time.
What was the question about, sorry, Mr. President, what was the question about part-time? Is that part of that we don't know about?
So part-time is an increase in terms of, a requested increase in terms of available hours. That's current part-time rate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So,
Second.
Jesus Christ, that ain't fucking.
You good? All right. So I have a motion by Mr. Novak. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Yagowski. Thank you.
We're gonna use,
Mr. Mullenhour.
I'm gonna wear it out.
Voting on?
So what we're voting on for human resources, we have the department, elected official department head as maintaining 2025 budget plus any steps or raise increases as we've proposed as 3%. Same goes for the secretary, admin assistant, office manager to maintain 2025 plus steps or increases, and then maintaining the $22,000 for part-time.
So her salary is still 71,508 then?
Plus
3% will be 73,653 plus any step that we don't have.
She'll get a raise, 3% that everybody else gets.
Okay.
For now.
For now. Well,
Yep.
that's-
You can always
Any-
propose something else.
Further discussion? With that, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I,
Opposed?
Nay.
Thank you. Plan Commission.
If you do not have, I'll make a copy and you can move on to the next.
Is that the 134?
Got it.
We have 134, Mike?
I think that's it.
Okay.
It has 60-something thousand on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So any questions, discussion, motions?
Motion to approve it the 2025 adopted budget. Not including if someone's entitled to steps and the 3% increase.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Novak, second by Mr. Kessler. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Mr. Keel, could you?
I was an aye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Thank you.
We're going there.
Told you it comes out soft.
Weights and measures.
Yes, sir. Weights and measures.
What did we do with that? He just gave it to us.
Mr. Euler, thank you for being here.
Good evening, Dakota Euler, Weights and Measures.
Good evening.
I do have a comparison of the wages of some similar sized counties. I did provide that back in July, but I do have another copy if you'd like to reference that again. Yeah.
Did you want me to make copies?
So this was the increase we talked about with the reduction of his part-time employee, right?
Yes.
We kept that to a very minimum. So motion approved as requested.
Motion to approve by Mr. Yagowski. Do I have a second?
Second.
second by Mr. Novak. Does that include any increases as related to a countywide increase? Or is this held as the
They'd
increase?
still be entitled to the 3%.
As said.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right, no problem. I just want to make sure it's clear.
As stated. Thank you.
So, any further discussion?
I'm sorry, could you restate the motion? Did that include Mr. Euler's requested changes or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you.
6-1. Thank you.
Are we on?
Okay, Mr. Auditor.
Yes.
Big guy down there. We're looking.
Let's compare yours.
Cheese board.
So your overtime, may I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your overtime increase is for a second part-time person, Greg?
Was it overtime? I don't.
As I say,
Part-time. Did I say overtime?
Yeah, we're in the need of somebody that can help us with our records that are all over the place, that are in the courthouse, that are in one of our back rooms, and also over at Highway, not Highway, the building maintenance. They are boxed, most of them, although I won't say much for courthouse, and there really needs to have some attention of somebody who can get in there and not from the office, who can manage moving around those or boxing them up or finding what can be destroyed and get it moved.
Is this an ongoing thing or is this a
No, this
temporary
would be a
thing?
one-year thing and be done. This is not, I'm not looking to do this as an ongoing thing. It's just, I know that we can't do it with the resources that we have,
We'll just give them the money.
people that we have.
You know what I mean?
Any further questions?
And I will suggest this, and I prefer not to do this, but if you prefer me to come back and take it out of our 1216 ineligible deduction fund, I'll do that, but we keep nickel and diming that, so you know, that is also if you prefer.
So that's $7,500? Is
Yeah,
what?
if you wanted me to move it to someplace else, I would, but I'd rather it be,
I don't have a problem doing it, this is me talking, I don't have a problem doing it for a year,
yeah.
but I don't want to put it in the budget, so, you know what I mean? We can
Would it be better to just come back and ask?
appropriate it
So
January 1st.
we'll come back and we'll take it from there.
I'll even do a motion of support because I know how
No, it's fine.
Justin likes motions of support.
I don't need that.
Don't pick on me.
So I'm happy on that side.
Yeah. No,
And as far as the increases, you know, it's, even with the increase that I asked, still the people who are in the county are making more money than my salary, are still making more money even after the salary increase. It's just that the level of work and the responsibilities for someone who's like a chief financial officer, and certainly I'm an active one, I think it should be higher. I also gave you what I could get out of the AIC as far as other salaries and wages, and we're kind of in a range. We're not outside the range, we're not the top, we don't know what anybody else is going to do, so I don't think that the amounts that were asked were unreasonable. And we didn't ask for any certification raise because I have a CPA or anything like that. We just want to keep it basic and simple.
And then that carries your chief to
It would naturally
85%.
carry the chief to the 85%, but then, you know, my chief has got 8 years from this seat that I'm in, so it's a different story, but it also takes a lot of expertise to be chief. Sure.
Just to clarify, the requested amount is it 84,000 or 80,485?
It was just it should have been just been to 84.
So the 80,000 for,
485 was the next closest person to me, okay, after increases this year.
you're not going to like me, but I'm going to make a motion to keep it at the 2025 minus steps and other things, and then come back first of the year for the $7,500 for part-time.
okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
For the, we're just doing 100s, right? Because we already approved the other one.
Yes, for 100s.
Second, with an offer of a friendly amendment here. I know the concern is that the bump up for the part-time would get left in, and we'd forget to remove it. What if we were to include it in the budget this year, but put a note in there for next year that it's removed? It was a 1-year thing.
With
just
the
so that we're
sunset
all
on
the same
it?
page on it.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, he keeps the record, so I'm sure he'll be able to stick that.
Right, then it's guaranteed to be in. We don't miss it first of the year.
Anybody got white out? No.
Yeah, I'm good with that friendly amendment.
All right, so I have a motion, I have a second. Further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Hey,
Got 2 nays.
Did you catch which two, Mr. Auditor? Mm-hmm. Okay. One other item that we don't have on the list, but food needs to be covered is E911
Yes, I'm sorry.
out of the 734. I understand you probably do not have the sheet in front of you. We have 2 things to discuss. So we have one where the elected official is, or the department head has asked for a $5,000 raise to their $73,000 salary, which was followed with a motion of support during last year's budget from, if you remember, former Councilman Earl Cunningham had offered that as an option to go 5,000 and then 5,000 again. We also have in front of us a proposal that came to us during the August council meeting to change the chief deputy to unclassified and to the amount of 67,
is that right? 67?
Currently, I make 67,547.
Yeah,
The proposal that Barb brought last meeting that was brought to here was 73,000.
That's correct. Now, so let's make sure that everybody's aware that the 85% rule that we typically run to is for elected officials and their chief deputies, not necessarily what you have between hired or appointed department heads and their chief deputies. Now, as we discussed, going to an unclassified position, the chief deputy would then not be subject to any steps in the future. Any future increases to that position would maintain, would be based off of any raises that are provided by this council.
He currently does not get any overtime, correct?
No.
so this would be somewhat just like duplication of IT, since that person's not getting steps. So it's the same, similar job, it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the only 2 increases?
Those are the only 2 increases outside of where we see it for training supervisor and shift supervisor, which are based on steps.
Steps, yep. Everything else come steps.
What was your email tonight? Is that something we need to take action on tonight?
That'll just probably be coming back for overtime,
Yeah, that's,
but not
warning.
something we need to talk about tonight.
And we can't do it tonight.
No.
Motion to approve as presented.
Could you just give me the number?
Because the as presented is 67. So,
No?
So
What he's,
presented would be 78,000 for the director
Right.
and 73,000 for the assistant.
if we're wrapping the 2 requests together.
73.
No, because we originally didn't bring this to budget hearings. She brought it to the
This was only brought
job
a month ago.
evaluation committee.
Right.
So do you want to take that?
So my motion is 78 for the director and 73 for the chief deputy.
And that
And,
changes.
the classification change.
Yes.
Correct.
I have a motion by Mr. Novak. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Kessler. Any further questions or discussion?
So this, yes, so this will keep us in line, though. She won't say that your salary's sneaking up to hers, so you,
So
that was
Shouldn't
the
sneak
problem.
anymore.
No, so I just looked at, before I came over, that our top supervisors would be at like 69,000 and she's at 78, so that'd put me right in the middle.
Okay. I know that was a discussion at 1.2, so.
Right.
And this doesn't, everybody's still entitled to the 3%, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions or concerns? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's it mean?
Okay,
Clay?
so that is for 26, for 1016.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, so any other unfinished business?
Yes, Mr. President. So we did a couple department heads, so I'm just going to make a general motion and accept the 100 accounts as presented, minus step changes in that for the remainder of our accounts. Yes, sir.
Which is,
Is that right?
basically, you're holding them all at 2025
Yes,
minus steps and the 3%.
yes.
I'd rather hear that than as presented, because I don't know what
We got to be careful.
was in the book.
Because then that changes what we do with the
I don't
engineer.
know what, wait,
Yeah,
oh,
wait.
we got a,
When I said, hang on a second. When I said as presented, I was talking about your steps that you guys have been repeating 100 times. That's what I was talking about.
What he's doing is make it formal.
right, but I believe Jeremy's got a question.
I don't know, but I just want to finish our
Okay,
conversation.
all right.
Yeah, I had a couple questions. First of all, I have
He
a
put in for an increase.
employee with a CDL.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether that, we don't have any trucks that
Well, we
need a
just,
CDL, but I'm just throwing it out there. And then also, I didn't understand if other employees get a CDL, do they get that too? Or how does that, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm a little, confused on that.
Least you could say is I'm thinking about getting a truck.
I'm just,
You gotta buy it.
and if the highway department needs another person to drive in the winter, but I'm just
Would
throwing
that
it out
person be
there.
willing to?
It probably would, I'm sure, but,
They're always looking for overtime for that type of stuff, so if he's willing to do that, that would be a different
Then I
conversation.
think-
and I don't, that's the other reason I'm coming up here is because I had asked for some money in overtime budget and that wasn't approved or disapproved. We talked about it at the budget hearings,
Didn't
but
get highlighted.
I missed because I was not looking for overtime.
yeah, we've never had it, but our guys get called in for snow and for,
I mean, you're.
it's
155 or 250?
155, yeah, it's 155.
So what Jeremy, what were you asking for?
Well, hold on.
I think it was around 6,000. I didn't,
You didn't have any before and you asked for $6,050.
yeah.
That's very specific.
I was working out with Joey and so, but my guys, right now, we just have them, they have to take comp time. So, and several of mine probably would take the comp time anyway because they're new employees and they would rather have the time off, but I would prefer to give them an option if we could. It's not often, but it's when it snows on the weekend and we have a rental, we pretty much have to get the.
Accept my motion first, and then we'll go back to his. This doesn't close the council.
Okay, so in order to close the issue, Mr. Yagowski's presented the motion on, for any further discussions to accept, that we already include the 2025 rates plus the 3% and any steps. So we've got the motion. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Novak. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Got it. He said,
I'll make a motion to increase their,
Justin, you got that right. I just did all the 100 accounts. You understood? Okay.
I'll make a motion that the park department increase, they do not have an overtime budget, so we need to create an overtime budget and put, I'd say not to exceed put $6,500 in there, so.
Well, he asked for $6,050.
I put not to
So we just
exceed $6,500, but, I mean, whatever you wanted, $6,050 if that's.
I'll second that.
All right, so motion to approve the overtime request for the 2026 budget as presented. Second, motion made by Mr. Novak, second made by Mr. Kessler, question by Mr. Yagowski.
So what was the purpose of your employee? They have a CDL license?
He had when we came to us.
Okay, so what, and I'm not saying that that can't happen, what this idea was is that those, to be employed for the highway department, you have to have this license, and everybody has that. But my question to you is, when you find out, does he want to work? Because we do need overtime people, so if he wants that, that would work okay for anybody else. I don't know, that, I'm sure she's looking for people all the time.
Okay, so ask him if he wants to work, if they need him, if he would work overtime, and if he is willing to do that.
He would qualify.
He would qualify for the bonus.
I would say I'm not an attorney, but I play one once in a while. So.
Does he stay busy through the winter with you?
Well, I mean, he's busy. I mean, yeah. I mean, but, and then we have snow to plow too on the weekends, but not, we don't get too crazy with it. We just have to get Red Mill open and, you know, that kind of thing because we have rentals. But
Yeah.
Mark, can we get clarification from the attorneys before we add that 5,000 that he automatically gets the 5,000?
Well, I don't think that was there yet. He was just talking about overtime.
Mark Yagelski never said that. You need to pay attention.
Well, then I will listen better now.
You need to pay attention to what I said. I said, inquire if the employee would like to get the overtime in the highway department.
Okay.
That's it.
I thought I heard more.
This isn't
Thank you.
Or you did not.
No, there was more discussion related to job description requires CDL versus voluntary ownership of one.
Okay.
We're not sure how the
We have
details
hired
will work
part-time
out.
people in the past to work in our department. Some people retired and came in and worked it, so I know this available, but I'll find out too.
I got
Mr. Keel.
It's kind of a question with what, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
As a follow-up to the earlier conversation about the CDL bonus, so there's a total of 48 positions. Are all of those actively using their CDL as part of their job? Like, are there any positions where they have a CDL but they're not actually like using it for their job? Because also,
I can answer your question. So there are some mechanics that if they don't need them, they don't. But they all have to at some point go out and drive. They run out of drivers. But as a general conversation, they don't use it. But does everybody use it? Yes, they all drive.
It's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
Yeah.
okay. And then as a follow-up to that, currently there's 48 individuals that have it. So that's $240,000. The number of people with CDLs could change over the course of the year. What are we actually budgeting so that way we can accommodate that
360.
if it goes up or down?
360,000.
A couple?
They're short quite a bit of staff, so I believe the number is 360 overall.
But it's coming out of MVH, so all she has to do is come back and ask for an increase for MVH if she have to go over it.
Okay, so but the total amount being put into the budget, according to Mr. Rosenbaum, is 360,000, or what was the total amount?
That was my understanding.
If she was
just
fully
what you
staffed?
said. If she was fully staffed.
Okay.
Because with this increase, you may get the incentive that they will increase their staffing.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we basically did this because they were stuck with LT5s, right?
LT3.
Or LT3, well, then
The mechanics in the garage, in the sheriff's garage, are LTC5.
Right.
And there's nowhere else for
And
them
that's
to
as
go.
high as they can go.
And unless we come up with.
Right. Well, that's been kicked around for how many years?
5
now?
years at least.
Well, this has been.
But, so, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but so if the sheriff's department mechanics get a CDL, they can get this.
Are they going to snowplow? That's the question.
It has to have something to do with their job, either driving a truck.
Start driving.
to have
They want to
job
start driving.
Right.
They want to start snowplowing.
I don't believe they're fixing those vehicles.
So before we get
That's why
too
it's
far in this
important, yeah.
conversation, and don't let me try to quell your conversation.
No.
Let me just tidy some things up. So a motion and a second related to overtime in the Parks Department. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Sebecki, do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Mr. Mullenhour. So we were talking about LTC 5s related to the sheriff's garage.
Right,
So they're capped out in terms of what's able to go in terms of that grid.
correct.
So, but when we were talking about the CDLs, the CDLs was an incentive specifically for the highway employees because it's part of their job description.
Right, I realize that.
I guess if anything related to the sheriff's garage employees, it would have to be related to a change to their job description through the Personnel Evaluation Committee. In that route, it would be one route. I don't know about all the routes.
It could be if their job description currently says to be a mechanic there, you have to have a CDL, then we definitely take it under consideration.
Yes.
But we did give them a tool stipend, which is an avenue that you could basically.
That was last year, right?
Right, but it's ongoing. But you could adjust that to get them something above the grid, outside the grid, just like we just did with this.
How much was that stipend? Does anybody?
I believe it's about 1,500, but I can take a quick look. So give me a second.
I think you're probably right.
But I'll take a look.
1,500 a year.
That's what I'm looking for right
A
now.
lot.
I thought it was 6.
Stipend is $4,000, and so that's $1,000 a piece.
It's 1,000 apiece.
1,000 apiece.
Yeah.
For the 4 people, each for 4,000 total budget.
I knew it
I
wasn't
mean,
much.
but that's an avenue. If you want to make, you could, it's a way to adjust it. So.
Did we lose Mr. Yagowski? Okay. Anything else?
16th.
Do you have something you want to propose?
Nope,
Okay.
not this time. I'll investigate that a little further.
All right. Any further discussion from members of the council?
Yeah, real quick. So I called Charity real quick. She had no problem with it, but it brings up to caveats. Would he be getting that pay, or were you getting the pay of that? So it goes into a whole attorney conversation. But she says that they have hired people in the past. What they do is they bring them in, even part-time, they still bring them back as a new hire, and then they give them the minimum payment of what that position, the truck driver's position.
That rate. Okay. I guess the one thing that would be concerning is the fact that, okay, so they're volunteer overtime from one department into another. How many hours are they required to work in order to be, earn it? 1 hour and they get $5,000 bonus, that sort of thing. Those are the things we got to look out for.
Right. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I texted him, he is willing to plow, or he's willing to help,
Okay.
so.
Well, that's for our attorneys now.
You and Charity work that out and come back.
Or not.
You have nothing else to do, right, Jeremy?
No.
Stand up for my employee.
You do a good job.
Since you got the truck, you might as well go past your,
All right. So one last call, starting with Mr. Keel. Anything you want to bring up?
I don't think so.
Okay. Working my way down the dais. Mr. Pressel?
No, sir.
Mr. Yagowski? Kessler?
Good.
Novak?
No.
Mr. Mullenhour?
Not at this time. I'll get with the sheriff, though, on that. Talk to him about his thoughts on that.
I do have one thing. Prior to our next meeting, and I know it's been discussed, Commissioner Grammarosa mentioned it, that with solid waste, if Clay's coming, if he could give us if there's going to be a request on the county to cover any of those expenses for the dumpster fire, or not dumpster, but I guess that's probably a pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm just saying, if there's going to be a request, I'd like to see an update.
Yeah, so we're collecting the bills right now.
Right, I know you
but
are. Yeah.
Steve has been really
Yep.
great about taking care of it all week long. And so we're keeping the file for him, and then he'll be up. I don't know, do you want to give an update now?
Well, to be honest, if we could actually have that during the regular council meeting versus a budget session.
Yeah,
Right,
for
okay.
sure.
So you have public hearings on the 16th, Thursday the 16th at 5 p.m.
Yes.
There's 3 budget hearings, 3 hearings for that night. Solid waste, they also have things at about 9.
can't hear you, Mike.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me repeat. For the next meeting is actually a hearing, a public hearing. There's 3 things that are going to be on that agenda. The first is solid waste. Their budget has to be approved.
Yep.
So therefore, they have to be a public meeting. So there'll be a public hearing for their piece. Their stuff will be filed tomorrow morning. Ours we're going to try and get it before the end of the week, but we also have to go to publish somehow on Wednesday. We don't have to give the numbers, but we do have to work with the attorney to get the lit. That would be the 3rd item for EMS. Again, just repeating, I gave you an email that said in there, what would the expected revenue is be, what the current expenses are budgeted, and knowing what some of the other items that might come up during the year. That's information, in that. Mr. Keel, you had also asked, I'm just going to address this now, about what are the items, what were the big increases in the budget, and we'll have that worked out. Right after this, we'll get all these numbers in. I have to update all the payroll taxes, any perf. The medical insurance is going to be a big question. And I will be trying to meet with the Finance Committee at the end of this week to go over some other items that have now been brought.
And thank you. The rearranging of the lit public safety, that's going to be on our next agenda for...
No, it's going to be done as part of the budget.
So it'll be presented as the budget for our vote, because we have to vote to move it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the voting on it, the first vote will be the public hearing, but then the approval of it, the second it will be on the 29th, whatever
the regular council meeting with the workshop
will be our second hearing, and that'll be the vote.
And just to put some department heads at ease, it's dollar for dollar. Nobody's getting cut, nothing else. If it's moving out of there, it's being funded in the general fund.
There's, if you recall, there's been very little cut. No, nobody on that situation.
On the move itself.
It's dollar for dollar.
All right, that's what I just wanted to...
There's no effect on taxpayers.
Right.
It's all dollar for dollar.
Right, got it.
Mr. Keel.
Question on the health department's budget. As it relates to publishing the levies for that, are we clear about what's happening with Health First Indiana, and do we know when the commissioners will be taking action on that item?
I think I would, since I see two commissioners here, the one thing I ask is if we solidify what we're doing with the Health First Indiana, whether we're continuing on or backing out.
The recommendation I forwarded to everybody from the health department was they wanted out.
Right, that is correct. We just need, I think we need...
Vote on it at the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because it's going to cost us as a county more to stay in it than it would if we, so.
Right, we just, I guess for the sake of procedure, I guess we need to have that resolved before we can officially pass a budget that includes not having it.
Okay. I think what you're saying. Sorry.
Does that make sense?
We could
maybe. Then related to that, in our budget documents that we got, we were getting it, I believe at the time, the assumption we were staying in Health First Indiana. Do we have an updated budget that makes clear, are we reverting back to the pre-Health First Indiana funding?
I thought we did it at that meeting.
From my recollection, when Amanda Landers came to us during budget session, she had also spoke about presenting a budget assuming we were not in Health First Indiana. So I will go back through my notes to find it. I will maybe do the same. You're her liaison, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If she hasn't already, but I swear she did, have her send that along, if not, or at least as a reminder to get to the top of all of our inboxes so that we know what we have.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And the commissioners are you guys going to have that on your budget coming up? Add it to your agenda, please? Yeah, that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I have, Mr. Auditor. Anything else for you?
Nope. I'm
all right.
appreciative of you addressing a lot of issues earlier this year.
Very good. Thank you. With that, we'll put it back into recess.